It is GCSE results day for teenagers up and down the country. Lots of people feeling very, very nervous about that today. And we can talk this morning to the Schools Minister, Nick Gibb. In fact, Secretary of State for Schools, forgive me. A very good morning to you. Look, a nervous day for pupils up and down the country. A lot of absences making them at a disadvantage, you could say. And the fact that they're having their marks downgraded for a second year in a row is going to be tough for them.
Well, we should offer them our congratulations for all they've achieved. They have been through a lot during COVID, particularly in years 8 and 9, when they were in year 8 and 9. But they'll be nervously collecting their results today, and congratulations to them. And thank you to the teachers for the hard work that they put in preparing young people. We are returning to 2019 grading. It's important to get back to normal, away from the 3 years where we had higher grades because of teacher-assessed grades, and then the transition last year from teacher-assessed grades back to 2019 levels. We've seen a big increase based on provisional numbers in computer science, in languages, and so these I hope will be a good set of results when they come out at 9:30 this morning.
Except there isn't this change in the grades for the 3 other nations of the country, just England. Does that put some pupils at a disadvantage compared to English students, or you know, why isn't there continuity across all 4 nations?
Well, we have a devolved system of government in the United Kingdom. It's certainly devolved in education policy. That's been the case for many years. They have different exam boards.
But does it put pupils at disadvantage?
To education policy. No, they won't be, because the sixth forms, or wherever they're going to go next, and the next phase of their education, they take that into account. They know there's a different approach to grading. And we saw that last week with A-levels, that universities are aware of the different approaches to these qualifications in different parts of the United Kingdom. And the same applies to GCSEs. And most young people will transition to an institution local to them. So all the other students will be taking the same England-based exam boards as well.
Can I ask you about our top story this morning, the suspected death of Yevgeny Prigozhin in Russia? British authorities taking their time to draw any conclusion. But I wonder if you can give us your assessment and what you think this means. I mean, the assessment we're getting this morning is it probably doesn't change things in Ukraine, but could it shore up Putin's position in Russia, do you think?
Well, we are obviously monitoring the position very carefully. We're working with our allies to see how matters develop, but we are monitoring the issue closely. There's not much more I can say about what's happened than that.
Which means, I suppose, Secretary of State, you're not going to believe that Prigozhin was on that plane until you have the evidence that he was.
Well, look, we're monitoring the position, and it's a serious matter. We're working with our allies, as I've said. There really isn't any more I can say about the situation. It only happened last night, and we're having to, take stock.
Meanwhile, over in the United States, you'll be aware last night that the Republicans all vying for the nomination had their first debate, and all 8 taking part were asked if they would support Donald Trump if he were to go ahead with the nomination, and also if he was convicted. And I suppose my question to you is, could you work with a convicted president if we find ourselves in that scenario in the British government as well?
Well, look, these are matters for, A, the Republican Party in the United States, and B, for the people of the United States in their general election.
Well, we have to work with the United States.
Exactly. We will have to work with whoever is elected president through their democratic processes, of course.